Hello, Happy New Year and all that. This is Frank of Simply Bananas. Welcome back. It's Leap Day 2020, and I wanted to give you an update on the bananas. Some of the cold weather that we've had has affected them. We have been in the jungle of Costa Rica for the last 2 months, running around with the ocelots and things like that. We've just gotten back to Charleston, and I wanted to give you an update on the bananas. They look kind of crappy, and what we'll do is we'll go ahead and switch the camera around so that you can see what these bananas are actually looking like here on James Island. Well, as you can see, they're looking pretty crappy. Had a lot of frost and freeze damage. Even the sabas here, the giant sabas, missing a lot of their leaves, which indicates wind damage. You can see all the pieces of banana leaves in the yard. But you know what? Things aren't so bad. And the reason I can tell that is because even though the leaves themselves are a little bit, burnt looking by frost. We just had a frost a couple days ago, so these haven't quite turned completely brown all the way. But the leaves, the ribs are still intact. These are the ribs right here. And those are the ribs of the leaves. It's the part that comes out of the trunk and it goes up to the leaf itself. And why is that important? Well, that's important because when you have a severe frost or freeze, these ribs, they tend to break. If you remember your 101 biology, the cell walls of plants are rigid. And what happens is as the water freezes and inside the cells, they expand, and this breaks open those cell walls. What happens then, as it begins to thaw, is that these leaves can end up collapsing and falling limp against the banana stalk itself. And that's one of the best indications you know how severe the frost or freeze has been. So what does it mean for 2020 and the growing season? Even though it's late February, almost March, really it should be March on a normal year. What that means is all we're going to have to do is just trim the leaves on a lot of these plants. And the reason that is because you didn't get any severe frost damage inside the trunk of these bananas. And that's important because inside the trunk is where the growing part of the banana is, and you'll want to make sure that comes out at a normal height. So let's take a look at some of the other bananas around the neighborhood, just for scale. This is my neighbor Michael's, and you can see, as you can see in the foreground here, these bananas aren't so bad. The ones back here, they have a little more damage to them. Anyway, they're all about the same condition. They're going to be just fine. One of the things we'll probably have a lot of this year are naked blooms. And you know, the naked blooms are, if you remember the video of the naked bloom, you might as well cut the plant down because these bananas will never ripen. Also, if you're like me and you have a few hanging bunches of fruit, but no leaves, so to speak, those plants are done. You might as well cut them down. They are not going to survive. The bananas are never going to ripen and mature. They need green leaves to be able to provide food for the maturing bananas. Sure, they're ugly, but it's nothing that a good pair of scissors won't do. you know, everybody needs a haircut every now and then, and your bananas do too. Anyway, I wanted to give you a late winter update on the bananas. We'll probably do our forecast in another week or two when I know that the last danger of a heavy freeze has passed. You really don't know. We've had frost as late as, you know, mid-April or early May sometimes, but usually they don't do too much damage. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and hit that little button down there. If you want to like the video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. That's always appreciated. And we will see you in a few weeks.